welcome to GST Solution. My name is Rusik Desai. Friends, in previous video we had discussed the provision with respect to TDS under section 51 of CGST Act 2017. Today we are going to discuss collection of tax at source. The provision with respect to collections of tax at source, hereinafter referred to as TCS, is given under section 52 of CGST Act 2017. Friends, today we are going to understand what do you mean by TCS? Who are the persons eligible to deduct TCS? At what percentage this TCS is going to be deducted? Whose TDS is going to be deducted? What is the form in which these deducted TCS will have to be declared to the GST authorities? What are the penalties for any discrepancies? What are the provisions with respect to electronic cash ledger at the end of supplier, and etc. So friends, before we move to TCS, it is very important for us to understand the meaning of electronic commerce operator. What do you mean by electronic commerce operator? Electronic commerce operator has been defined under section 2 of CGST Act 2017 to mean any person who owns, operates or manages digital or electronic facility or platform for selling of goods, that is electronic commerce. Now friends, what are the examples of electronic commerce operator? The examples of electronic commerce operator are Amazon, Flipkart and etc. So what is the exact meaning of the term TCS? The exact meaning of the term TCS is tax collections at source. We are taking an example of Amazon where different customers log in to the Amazon website, select certain goods from their website and buy that product with the help of electronic commerce operator, that is Amazon. Now, Amazon itself is not manufacturer of any goods. He is only a digital platform wherein you can go to their website, select different categories of goods and order them. It is not very clear that whether Amazon will sell it from their godown or will directly give an order to the manufacturer for sending such goods to the customers, that is the ultimate customers. Now it will be very difficult for the government to trace each and every supplier on the electronic commerce operator, that is electronic commerce portal, for the collection of tax. So rather than doing that, government have put a provision of TCS, that is every electronic commerce operator on whose website these goods are sold need to collect TCS at the rate of 1% from the supplies. Now that is the source at which the tax is levied, from where the transaction is taking place. So now the government can easily identify, that is, if electronic commerce operator is collecting 1% from the sale of goods, what would be the 100% at the end of the ultimate manufacturer. And with the help of these equation, they will try to identify the tax evasion which is done by the respective manufacturers. So friends, these are the provision and this is the mechanism of tax collection at source. Now at what percentage this tax collection will have to be collected? So every electronic commerce operator will have to collect a tax not exceeding 1% from the net supplies which he is making through the other suppliers. Now what is the meaning of net supplies? Net supplies means the total aggregate supplies which is taking place on the electronic commerce portal deducted by the net returned of goods. For example, if the total value of the goods supplied by an electronic commerce operator during a particular month is 100 rupees and out of them goods worth rupees 20 are returned to the supplier, then the net supplies during that percentage, that during that period will be only 80 rupees and 1% of that 80 rupees will have to be deposited to the government authorities. Now, in which form this TCS will have to be deposited? So friends, the collected TCS will have to be deposited to the government treasury by the end of 10th of the next month. That is, if the electronic commerce operator have collected the TCS in the month of April, the date for depositing the same to the government portal is 10th of the next month, that is 10th of May. Friends, this electronic commerce operator will have to also furnish a statement in form GSTR 8 which is the statement of outward supplies in which respective transactions will have to be declared by the electronic commerce operator along with the statement as provided under section 39 of CGST Act 2017. This electronic commerce operator will also have to furnish an annual statement of the taxable supplies made through it, that is made with the help of his portal. The final date for declaring the annual statement is 31st December of the next financial year. The due date for declaring the outward supplies on monthly basis is the same as the date on which the payment is required to be made to the government authorities, that is 10th of the next month. So every month, that is on every subsequent month, that is on the 10th day of the next month, the electronic commerce operator will have to deposit and furnish a statement of outward supplies to the government portal. The amount of tax collected by the electronic commerce operator will have to be declared in his annual or monthly return, and that TCS will have to be exactly matched at the supplier's end. By accepting such amount of TCS collected by the electronic commerce operator, the supplier will be able to take the credit in his electronic cash ledger. Now, if there is any discrepancy, say for example, if the electronic commerce operator have declared a transaction amounting to ₹100 against a particular supplier and the supplier have declared only to the extent of ₹18, then a discrepancy in such regards will be flowed to both the parties, that is electronic commerce operator as well as the original supplier of the goods, so as to identify the mismatch and rectify the same in the month in which such rectification is found out or such error is found out. Further, such rectification shall not be allowed after filing the annual return or the 30th September of the next financial year. So if there is any mismatch, it has to be identified and it has to be rectified by both the parties before the end of 30th September of the next financial year or the filing of annual return, whichever is earlier. If the mistake is identified and if the supplier have not acted properly or supplier had not declared his return properly or had underestimated or undervalued his output liability, in such a case, such amount of output liability will have to be added to the output liability of the supplier in the next month or a month in which such error is found out. If there is any output liability which is identified at the later stage at the end of supplier, such output liability has also to be supported with the interest. That is, there is an additional burden of interest on such output liability which remains unpaid at the end of respective month. Further, there is an exclusive power to the person not below the rank of Deputy Commissioner to issue a notice to the electronic commerce operator to find out or to provide a statement of outward supplies annually or to provide a statement containing the stock of each goods of the respective supplier. उनको बताना पड़ेगा कि कौन से सप्लायर का कितना गुड्स इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉमर्स ऑपरेटर के पास स्टॉक में पड़ा हुआ है. So there is an exclusive power to the person not below the rank of Deputy Commissioner. Further, after receipt of such notice, the electronic commerce operator will have to reply, that is to file a reply against this notice within a 15 days to justify the differences or to justify the statement or to furnish the statement as required by the Deputy Commissioner. Further, in case if the electronic commerce operator fails to provide such information, then a penalty to the extent of ₹25,000 shall be levied for such non-providing or non-furnishings of the detail as required by the electronic commerce operator. So friends, with this we have concluded the provisions as regard to collections of tax at source as given in section 52 of CGST Act 2017. I hope you find this video very informative and useful. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks a lot, friends.